When we meditate on the Martian center, we are seeking to do what we seek to do at every center, at every level, is to return to its source. When we return to the source of the Martian center, the source of power, we're returning to a quality of power that is not the power as it is conceived of and enacted in not just our current culture around the world, but in most of human history. We are returning back to a balanced quality of power, a quality of power that is not shaped or defined by emotion, thought, collective or personal memory tracks. So it's hard to talk about it, like it's hard to talk about love when that transcends emotion, thought, and memory tracks. It's also hard to talk about power that transcends emotion, thought, and memory. But it's essential that we experience that grace. Power that is the generative quality of goodness, the generative quality of truth, the generative quality of beauty. And we find that at the center of the navel chakra. At the center of every chakra is the point of origin for each level of archetypal expression. And as the energy and intelligence that is coded into this center, it's called in Sanskrit the bindu, or the seed. That's what a seed, an acorn has all the information to become an oak. And you can name whatever plant it might be. That's what the seed is. It's the future orchard coded into that seed. Not just the future tree, the future orchard as it moves through time and proliferates. And as the trick is, as the energy and intelligence of the bindu emerges from its, you could say, from its uncreated state, from its potential state at the center, it begins to permutate and complexify in its expressions. And it begins to interact with other force fields called the environment. And this permutating process is, and this permutating process can be a grace-filled process. It can be an enactment of goodness, truth, and beauty. It can also lose the plot and become an enactment of suffering. In the ancient days, this process of emergence and self-expression and complexification was called in the yogic tradition in India, it was called lila. Lila means the play of reality, the divine game, the divine theater, but play is more accurate. That life itself playfully unfolds and unfurls its possibilities. And the implication is that there's a sense of joy or ananda, blissfulness, that is part of the expression, the unfoldment, the permutation that life is using to explore itself and its own possibilities. So a clue for us in our creative exploration of life, in our seeking to learn how to live the holy life, is whether there is that underlying current of joy, of ananda in our experiencing, in our choosing, in our enacting, in our developing of our life.